back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Sam Menzi, and we have a great show for you today. First topic we'll be covering is going over the American League games from yesterday, then moving on to the National League. After that, we'll be talking about the Orioles moving into first place of the American League East, and then we'll be talking about some pitching injuries around the league. Now, before we start, I would like to ask you to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get read in the air, please use the link gsmcpodcast.net. Really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot. So thank you so much for that. And let's get into the show today. All right, so now, first of all, I do want to apologize for the audio of this episode. It is not going to be as good as it should be. It is going to not sound great. I did have some audio issues before this. I really had no choice but to sound like this, so I do apologize again. I'm hoping it isn't too bad. We can work through it. It should only be for today. I don't expect this to go on into the future, but it is today. Things happen, and yeah, it's just what it's going to sound like today. I do apologize. So that is also why I started late. I did have some audio issues, and that is yeah. But I want to go into our first topic of today, which is, of course, talking about the American League games from Monday, just recapping those and just talking about them. So, yeah, let's get straight into that. And yeah, here we go. So, the first game I did want to talk about was Athletics and Yankees. This game was very interesting as it was one of the better teams in baseball versus one of the worst teams in baseball, probably the worst, but it would not be high scoring as in the top of the ninth. Zach Gelof for the A's would hit a two-run home run to make it 2-0, and that would be it. Only run would come in the top of the ninth from a two-run home run from the A's, even not even from the Yankees. So as you can see, it was not a great game. It was a very interesting game as the Yankees lost to a team like the A's, which it's never great. So for the Yankees, they had on the mound Carlos Rodon, who was phenomenal. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2.70 ERA in the season now. For the A's, they had J.P. Sears, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, a 3.38 ERA on the season. Now, it's kind of been rough going for the Yankees right now. I mean, you know, their offense hasn't had the success they've wanted recently. It hasn't been great, so it's kind of worrying. Again, I talked about how the Orioles moved into first place in the AL East, so I think that has to relate to it. So we're going to talk about that later, of course. But yeah, just not really the results the Yankees want right now. And yeah, that's kind of it. They're just hoping it can improve, and hopefully it can be better. So yeah, that's all you can really ask for. But there are some worrying things with the Yankees right now. I think specifically Anthony Rizzo. He has not been playing up to par, so really need these guys to start improving and really start doing well. Next game we have here to talk about is going to be Tigers and Rays. Top of the first, Mark Cannon would open up the scoring for the Tigers to make it 1-0 with his fourth home run of the year. Javier Baez in the top of the second would add on for the Tigers, hitting an RBI single to make it 2-0. And Jake Rogers in the same inning would do the same to make it 3-0. Top of the fifth, Riley Green would hit an RBI single to make it 4-0 Tampa, and Mark Cannon would hit an RBI single to make it 5-0. So Detroit just keeps adding on and on. Then in the top of the sixth, Parker Meadows would hit a solo home run to make it 6-0 Detroit. And top of the seventh, Terry Carpenter would double to keep adding on to this Tigers onslaught to make it 7-0. Now, a great job by the Tigers. I mean, the offense just keeps going and going. So, yeah, just a really, really great job there. In the bottom of the eighth, Jose Caballero would get a run on the board for the Rays to make it 7-1 with a solo home run, his second of the year. But it will be no match as the Rays offense would falter to the Tigers' great offense yesterday, making a final score of 7-1. Now the Tigers had on the mound Tarek Skubal, my AL Cy Young choice, making me proud. Going 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 9 strikeouts, and no home runs to a 1.82 ERA on the season. Really, really great start, and I think this is what a lot of people were expecting from him. For the Rays, they had Zach Littell on the mound. He went 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, no walks, 7 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Kind of interesting that the Rays let him go this far with how uh, not well, I should say, he was doing. So, kind of an interesting decision there, but I guess they figured the offense was just kind of dead that game and they just wanted to rest the bullpen. So, I guess that was their decision there, but kind of interesting let him go that far with how much he struggled yesterday. So, I still think he's a good pitcher. I still think he's a really good depth guy for the Rays. So I'm not. I don't think it's something that should be too much of a worry going forward. But you definitely want to see a better start than that going into the future. Next game we have is Blue Jays and Royals. In the top of the third, Bo Bichette would hit an RBI triple to make it 3-0 Toronto. Then in the top of the sixth, Dalton Varsho would hit a two-run home run to make it 5-0 Toronto. So a great start off by this Toronto offense. Just keeps, just jumping on start of the game here. Bottom of the sixth, Michael Garcia would hit a two-run home run to make it 5-2 Toronto. Then in the bottom of the ninth, Kyle Isbell would add on as well, making it 5-3 with a solo home run. So good job by the Royals offense to come back a little bit, but they would end up losing this game to the Blue Jays, who would get a really nice win against this good Royals team to get their record up to 13-10, tying it with the Royals as well. So that was really nice. The Blue Jays, they had on the mound Yusei Kikuchi. He went 6 innings pitched, giving them 5 hits, 2 1 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and a homer, a 2.28 ERA in the season so far. I mean, very high up in Cy Young's voting right now, which is very, very surprising. So for the Royals, they had on the mound Brady Singer, who was solid, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2.76 ERA. Not the best, but not horrible as well. So it's kind of an okay start, and that's really all you can ask for with him. So next game we have is going to be White Sox and Twins, another AL Central matchup. So uh, you know, Twins are looking to beat this easy White Sox team. I think with all the underperforming they've had this entire season, the Twins, I think this is a really good opportunity to try and take advantage of playing a lesser opponent in the White Sox, a team that is not very good. So I think this is a good opportunity for them here in this game and the series. In the bottom of the first, Max Kepler would hit an RBI double to score Trevor Larnach and Ryan Jeffers to make it 2-0 Minnesota. Then he would do this. Trevor Larnach himself would hit an RBI double to score Eduardo Julian to make it 3-0 Minnesota. Then Max Kepler with an RBI single again to make it 4-0, and a Willie Castro double would make it 5-0. So a really good job there by the White Sox to come in clutch and take advantage of this bad White Sox pitching staff. Eduardo Julian with an RBI double in the bottom of the fourth, and then a solo home run by Julian, another RBI by him, his fifth of the year, having a really great start to the season so far, would make it 7-0 Minnesota, and they would end up winning this game. So as I said, I think they need to take this opportunity and run with it. Playing a team like the White Sox who aren't that good, taking this advantage, and they took it and they run with it. So they took it and they ran with it. So a really nice job by the Twins here, a really nice win, and I still believe in them. I don't know if they can win the AL Central at this point because just the horrible start they gotten off to. But I still think there's a chance, and I still think they're a really good team. So I'm hoping they prove me right, and yeah, hoping they can continue it going. The Twins had Chris Paddock on the mound. He went 7 innings pitched, giving them 6 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, and no home runs. A 5.57 ERA on the season. For the White Sox, they had Jonathan Cannon, I believe is his name. Yep, a opener as well. So he was 3 and 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts, 7.27 ERA in the season. Kind of what you expect from Jonathan Cannon. He was, the opener against a really good Twins offense. I don't think you can really expect much else from him. So, yeah, and not really a big surprise there that he was faltering. Next game we have here is going to be talking about the Orioles and Angels. The last game actually for the American League. Not that many American League games yesterday. So, just did want to just mention the few that did happen. In the top of the second, James McCann would hit a solo home run to make it 1-0 Baltimore. Then in the top of the third, Adley Rutschman did hit a RBI single to make it 2-0 Baltimore. Top of the fifth, Rutschman would hit another RBI double to make it 3-0. Not another RBI double, another RBI I should say. The other one wasn't a double, but an RBI there. Top of the seventh, Colton Cowser would hit a solo home run to make it, to make it 4-0 Baltimore. And in the bottom of the seventh, the Angels would try to come back a little bit with a Joe Adell two-run home run, solo home run, his second of the year, to make it 4-1 Baltimore. Then Nolan Schanuel would hit a RBI single to make it 4-2 Baltimore. So as much as the Angels would try to come back, it was unsuccessful, and they would be shut down by the Orioles pitching. and the Orioles offense would just outscore them. For the Orioles, they had on the mound Albert Suarez, who went 5 2/3, giving them 4 hits, no earned runs, two walks, 5 strikeouts. So a really, really strong start by him there. I think he could potentially be a fixture in the rotation if he's pitching like this. For the Angels, they had Reed Detmers on the mound, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 homers, a 2.12 ERA on the season. So a pretty solid start. Nothing too extraordinary. I think going 7 innings against the Baltimore offense is pretty good. 4 earned runs isn't horrible, but it's not the best. So it's kind of mediocre there. So it's really all you can ask for, I think. Um, that was all for the American League games for yesterday. There wasn't that many. And with the audio troubles I am having, I'm assuming if you are watching this, you can hear my audio does not sound great. I am going to try to put the show a little short today, not so short, but I think maybe, a few minutes short. So I am going to move on to the next segment here, which is going to be talking about the National League games of yesterday. There are a little more of those, so hopefully there is more action I can talk about. But yeah, again, I do want to apologize for the audio. It will not be like this for tomorrow and any other episode going ahead. So yeah, it's just like this for now. I had some issues, so I had to do it like this. But we're going to go to our second segment, of course, here, which is talking about the National League games of yesterday. So yeah, going to that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind, 'cause everybody in the world